And we're back with Richard Reviews. Today we are reviewing a book for richardreviews.com/Griffin Chestnut here on YouTube. Griffin Chestnut is Richard's online YouTube channel. Here on Griffin Chestnut you can find everything that Richard puts out, from book reviews to technological reviews to his opinion on current affairs. Today's book Richard will be reviewing for us is titled Maps of Meaning, The Architecture of Belief by Jordan B. Peterson. This is Jordan Peterson's first book that he put out before his other two that he came out with, which were more self-help books. 12 Rules for Life and then 12 More Rules for Life Beyond Order. An Antidote to Chaos. This is more of a psychology, religion text. And Richard obtained this piece in 2014, and he read the whole book in that year, in 2014. When he read it in upstate New York, where he resides. And he definitely had a lot to say about it. This book is very educational, Richard said, and he felt that it was probably one of the best pieces Jordan Peterson put out. In fact, it is the best piece that Jordan Peterson put out. This is Richard's favorite piece of the 3 Jordan Peterson books Richard read. But there is some stuff that is questionable. But as a whole, Richard believes that this piece is Jordan Peterson's magnum opus. This is the piece that defines him. Really, the architectural of belief, which is possibly why Richard is so interested in what becomes a man, how to do a proper prayer, and becoming a good Christian. And he's able to inflict great bodily damage to a person because he considers himself a danger to those around him. Now, he's not a danger to the sheep, but he's a danger to people that threaten the sheep. And that's pretty much something that Richard was able to obtain from this piece. We're going to get into the piece. It's Richard's piece. It is quite a text. It's definitely up there in terms of length and size. This is a big piece. It's very long. It's very dense. And this is Richard's personal piece. So we're going to keep it in the mint good condition that he tries to keep it in. Just for the outlook in, though, as you can tell, it's got a great ratio of cream to cream, side to side, and nipple to nipple, north to south ratio. Beautifully done. These are beautifully done aristocrats, and it really shows the level design in terms of this piece being a really beautiful piece, an artwork texture, and a very special Christmas. So Richard is thankful for that. He's thankful for his gifts, for the Holy Grace, and he is definitely listening to more guys like Jordan Peterson and Jacko Willick these days than he hasn't been. Richard did take this piece with him when he visited the Statue of Liberty, and he thought that it developed some sort of a spiritual notion to him when he was receiving prayer at the baseline, the Statue of Liberty on Liberty Island in New York City Harbor, which he was fortunate enough to go to on his day off from college. He did become educated in the form of what to do when he felt that spiritual notion at Liberty Island. And he fell through with it, and it really cracks down on his new behold that became himself. So as we look at the piece here, we can tell it is a soft cover, but it is a big piece. This is a textbook of a piece. You can tell it's got good bend since it's a soft cover, and there is some cream damage down here. Looks like there's some slight brim wall. This could be from maybe recommended a book on this one from the page count, but maybe a small brim wall. Turning the pages with that cream, that hard cream, it just bends it too quick. And this is how you become educated on book design. This is a fabrication of the utility, which is the safe berandering. Okay? Now, getting behind this, we can really strut along and find that there are different scenarios in which he references the notions of his favorite books, along with you can feel that calmness from Dostoevsky, Crime and Punishment, Leo Tolstoy, War and Peace, Anna Karenina, a lot of Hemingway, Kurt Vonnegut, Charles Bukowski. The destination that he starts at, Jordan Peterson, he gets to this destination through going through the eyes of different visual beliefs. And that's a figure that has not been done by many other authors. So Richard gives 2 thumbs up for this piece, it being a magnum opus giant text of a piece that Richard was able to complete rather quickly. So let's take a look at the piece itself. It is pretty large. It's got good bend. Top cream, as you can tell, good cream along the top, side, good cream along the side. You can tell it's a big piece too. And this side, good cream along this side. And on the side, we have maps of meaning, the architecture of belief, and then we have Jordan B. Peterson, Routler. Okay, and here we do. Here we have in the back, this is more praise for the piece itself. Basically an introduction to Jordan B. Peterson. Fyodor Dostoevsky is a framework throughout involving this spectacular belief system that was the clinical psychologist and professor at the University of Toronto. Of course, you can see all the praise from Shintoism, the Japanese religion, bringing down to different types of discoveries of the sea, discoveries of one's own life, bringing into a notion between the different departures of that cataclysmic event. So that's not surprising at all. Now, once we take a look at the piece here, most of it is directed in a form of textbook quality standard, which you can pretty much tell. He did a lot of his notes on Nietzsche, Dostoevsky, and especially Carl Jung, which you can find in the illustrated pantry. So as you can see here, you see the cream is nice and dilated from front to back. Good cream front, even this side. Cream down the middle, cream down the side, cream down the middle. And more good cream. A lot of Richard's footnotes, as you can tell. I'm going to get into some of it. So here you can tell he really gets into the formidable knowledge of the object and meaning stature point, which Richard did bookmark, and of course the levels of analysis, how you overcome chaos into a bridge point of view. So he's able to illustrate it here, but it still doesn't have that perspective in color versus that perspective in non-color. And you can pretty much contrast them both to be thinkers about love versus love, and how you get to love from one love to another love. It's a beautiful notion. It really is. That how you get to things brings in that different meaning. Of course, the chaos that's unknown, the emergence and idealized version of this. So, even here we have more Macbeth, more stable union. Okay, this is the pantry. Where's the pantry dialect? Here. Yes. So memory, procedure, declarative, Semitic, episodic. A lot of this is brought into Richard's growing as a Christian, and this is the obvious Chaos Dragon label that Richard agrees heavily with Jordan Peterson and Dostoevsky and the Madness. Thus spoke Zarathustra, ultimately from Nietzsche's Gay Science, to bring in accordingly versus Dostoevsky, Carl Jung, Sigmund Freud, Nietzsche, Friedrich Nietzsche. Beyond good and evil is not desire the love we need, ultimately is the desire that Richard needs, and it's to annihilate themselves completely to a different notion, which is beautifully scripted in this text by Jordan Peterson. So there are different fruit notions here. This is, of course, the samurai tyrannical father, which eats its sons, and it's corrupting with this wild problem with the pride, the Dostoevsky, and the idiot, of course. This brings into more religion, more Meagle facts, and a lot of ideas revolving that pain is understandable and can be climated through different versions of the order versus chaos, chaos versus order, king versus peasant, peasant versus king, and the dragon of chaos, of course. So this is a beautiful text, and right here we have at the end in the index, page 520-25. So we can confidently wrap up and say that this piece is by far a large text, and we're going to say we'll round it off at 550 pages. So Jordan B. Peterson managed to publish a 550-page magnum opus titled Maps of Meaning, The Architecture of Belief, and Richard has nothing but good things to say about it. So highly reviewed by Richard, a very good piece. You won't be disappointed, and please click the link in the bio for Richard's blog that he wrote his full review in, which he started in 2014. So that's it for Richard Reviews. This is Richard Reviews here on YouTube. Maps of Meaning by Jordan B. Peterson.